Election filings have begun for local candidates. More on that. Plus, Will Read and Sing for Food is set to kick off its new season soon. And part 1 of Sue Ellsperman's 2-part interview with Bill Potter tonight on Inform. All of that and much more is up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. Yesterday marked the first day of candidate filings for this year's city elections, and a few of them got a head start. Several Republican candidates for both the Jasper and Huntingburg City Councils and mayor's offices gathered in downtown Jasper for coffee and to get their paperwork ready yesterday morning. The candidates then went to the county courthouse to file that paperwork at the county clerk's office. Candidates who filed for election yesterday morning included Jasper Mayor Terry Seitz, Huntingburg Mayor Denny Spinner, Nancy Eckerly and Scott Blasey for Jasper Council, and Glenn Kissling and Alex Blackgrove for the Huntingburg City Council. Yesterday's gathering was hosted by the Du Bois County Republican Party. Party Chairman Don Hayes says the party has been working since late last year to get ready for the 2015 elections.
2014 was a great year for Republicans both in Indiana and across the nation. And we look forward to the new leadership in the Indiana General Assembly, including the 4 people who are representing Du Bois County, and also, of course, the changes in Congress. But as soon as Election Day was over, we turned our attention to 2015 and began to talk with people about running for municipal elections this year.
Hayes says though he expects several more people to file for election this year, he's very pleased with how things are going thus far.
We have an excellent field of candidates. A number of people have chosen to run for re-election, and we're really happy for that because they've got proven records of success. And the people who are new candidates and people with both experience and some of them are rookies and have never run before, but they're great talents and they can make great contributions to their communities.
Now, there will be city primaries and general elections in Jasper and Huntingburg this year. Ferdinand and Holland will use the town convention system to nominate candidates, though they will still have town elections. In Jasper, there are 5 district city council seats, 2 at-large council seats, the clerk treasurer, and the mayor's office up for election this year. Meanwhile, Huntingburg is also electing a mayor and clerk treasurer, along with 1 at-large council and 4 district council members. Ferdinand is electing a clerk treasurer, 2 district council members, and 1 at-large council member. And finally, there are 3 at-large town board seats and the clerk treasurer's office up for election in Holland. The deadline to file for election in May's primaries is coming up on February 6th at noon. Local residents are reminded that the first of 2 2015 legislative breakfasts hosted by the Jasper Chamber of Commerce is set for Saturday. The first one takes place from 8:30 till 10 a.m. Saturday morning in the theater room at the Center for Technology, Innovation, and Manufacturing on the Vincennes University Jasper campus. Jasper Chamber Director Nancy Eckerly says the breakfast is a great chance for people to find out more about issues at the state level. Now, those confirmed to attend are District 47 State Senator Aaron Houchin, District 74 State Representative Lloyd Arnold, and District 63 State Representative Mike Braun. The 3 will discuss various committees that they have been assigned to, bills they want to introduce during the upcoming legislative session, and to get acquainted with their constituents. The Jasper Chamber says it plans to hold a second legislative breakfast coming up in March. No date has been set. The Du Bois County Community Foundation has announced details for its upcoming trivia night. The 7th edition of this event will be held on Valentine's Day at the Huntingburg Event Center. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. Trivia gets underway at 7 p.m. Now, teams for this event consist of up to 8 players, all of whom must be at least 21 or older, regardless of their trivia skill level. A cash bar will be made available throughout the evening. A donation of $160 is required per table. That's $20 a member for each person on a team of 8. Local organizations and businesses are also encouraged to sponsor a table. For more information, you can call the Community Foundation at 482-5295. The reservation deadline is February 9th. Now, the Community Foundation says hundreds of people have participated in Trivia Night during its first 6 years. The event has raised more than $45,000 for the foundation in support of its work. Now, on a related note, the foundation will be holding a seminar to help nonprofit organizations keep their donors later this month. The foundation will be hosting what every fundraiser can do to stop falling donor retention rates. The presentation is being led by Bloomerang account manager Amy Sermersheim. The presentation is open to any local nonprofit organization looking to reach, engage, and retain advocates that they depend on for achieving their vision of a better world. Now, Bloomerang is a cloud-based donor management application that's rooted in philanthropic principles. The focus is on empowering nonprofit groups to increase their donor loyalty, thus achieving higher-level results. The hour-long presentation is free to attend and open to all local nonprofit organizations. The presentation is coming up next Friday, January 16th, beginning at 10 o'clock at the Community Foundation's office in Jasper. This presentation is part of the Foundation's Better Together initiative, which is focused on building and strengthening connections among area nonprofit groups. For more information or to RSVP, you can contact Rachel at the Community Foundation. That number is 482-5295 again. And you can also email engage@dccommunityfoundation.org. Will Read and Sing for Food has announced its first scheduled show for 2015. The group kicks off its new year on Sunday, January 18th with a benefit for Habitat for Humanity of DuBois County. It will be held at the Kimball International Corporate Headquarters Auditorium beginning at 3 o'clock. The show will feature special musical guests Channing and Quinn, along with Jasper native and jazz musician Wade Baker. This will also mark the first time that a visual artist is featured. Jasper resident and professional photographer Jay Hamlin will be displaying his photography. Other performers include humor essayists Scott Salmon, Abby Rumbach, and musicians Ed Walston, Jesse Folker, Jeremy Folker, Megan Gatwood, Kyle Leakin, and Brian and Jamie Bolin. Will Read and Sing for Food was launched back in October of 2011 as a fundraising effort for local charities, and the group has raised nearly $33,800 for local causes in that time frame. Now, there is limited seating for next Sunday's show. Admission is $12 a person. You can buy tickets at the door, or you can call Scott Salmon at 812-827-9911 to make any necessary arrangements. The search continues for a Bloomfield woman who has been missing for 8 days now. 18-year-old Marina Belter was last seen in the parking lot at the Bloomfield IGA where she worked at around 6 o'clock on New Year's Eve. Authorities say she was reported missing when she didn't show up for work on New Year's Day. Belter is described as a white female standing 5 foot 3 inches tall with blonde hair and blue eyes. This investigation is being handled by Bloomfield Police, the Bloomington Post of the Indiana State Police, and the Greene County Prosecutor's Office. Anyone with information is asked to call Bloomfield Police at 384-4411. You can also call the Indiana State Police Bloomington Post at 332-4411 or the anonymous Greene County Crime Stoppers tip line, that number 847-5463. Now, the family has set up a Facebook page to further help the search efforts for Marina Belter. That page can be found at facebook.com/Find Marina Belter. An Indiana lawmaker says he wants to revise a state law restricting the final leg of the Interstate 69 extension to give state planners more options for that highway. Republican State Representative John Price of Greenwood's bill would revise a law that bans the I-69 extension from passing through Marion County's Perry Township. The road is slated to eventually run between Evansville and Indianapolis. Price says his measure would not require the half-built 142-mile-long highway's final leg to traverse Perry Township. Price says it would simply allow state highway officials to determine the best route without closing off other choices. Now, Republican Senator Patricia Miller pushed the 2006 provision that bars I-69 from passing through the township on the city's south side to prevent it from impacting an area that's already heavily developed. New rules have been approved for the statewide A to F school grading system. Those rules were approved after 2 votes yesterday. The first one ended in a 5-5 tie after board members complained about little communication between State School Superintendent Glenda Ritz and Governor Mike Pence's Center for Education and Career Innovation. The second vote ended 7-3 in favor of the new measures after some further explanation and clarification. Ritz says the new system will put a heavier weight on school enrollment than what the current system does. This new grading system will not be implemented until the 2015-2016 school year, pending final approval of the school board and a series of upcoming public hearings. Finally this evening, Governor Mike Pence's proposal for Indiana's new state budget was unveiled earlier today to lawmakers. Pence's proposal was presented to the State Budget Committee. The governor said this week that it would be a thrifty plan focused heavily on education. He says it would include removing the private school voucher program's limit on per-student funding and make additional money available to charter schools. Spending on K-12 education makes up nearly half of the $15 billion that is spent annually by Indiana government. Leaders in the Republican-dominated legislature say they want to increase state funding for growing suburban school districts. Work will continue on the new spending plan until this legislative session ends, coming up in late April. All right, coming up after the break, your local forecast, sports with Kurt Guxell, and Inform with Sue Ellsperman. That's all up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Local people watching local people.